Iain Archer, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You've been a long-standing Bushmills fan. I know you're sort of very local, just down the road. When did the relationship start up between yourselves and yourself and Bushmills?
A couple of years ago, Foy, Mash, Brad and I teamed up for the Bushmills Brothers campaign, and yeah, that was a bundle of fun. Really, really great teaming up with those boys. Great idea, you know. We all love the whiskey, good mates, love each other, and yeah, we teamed up for the campaign. So yeah, this coming and playing Bushmills Live was really a kind of natural progression from having been a part of that.
Yeah, superb. And you've, say you're from nearby, and as a snow patrol. So just for myself almost, what the relationship with Snow Patrol? Were you actually in the band? I know you've written Run and you've written for so many people, prolific songwriter, but yeah, the Snow Patrol.
Yeah, I played guitar in the band for quite a few months, maybe a year, around that amount of time. That would have been maybe 2003, something, 2002, maybe around then. Yeah, it was at a point where the band had made When It's All Over We Still Have to Clear Up, which was their second record, and the sound had expanded beyond the three-piece a little bit, so they called me up the night before they were doing a TV show and said, "Do you fancy coming and playing a bit of guitar on this show with us?" And I kind of just showed up, played with the band, and from there we just went on and played a bunch of stuff together. So it was a real natural thing, but they, you know, they're old friends of mine, especially Johnny the drummer. Like Johnny and I played in a lot of Belfast bands years before that, so yeah, we go way back.
And then that's when you started writing with them, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a real natural thing. We just started playing live. We went down on a long tour supporting Ash all around the place, and during that time, a lot of them were trying out lots of new ideas and sharing lots of ideas.
Yeah. I mean, right now, Jake Bunk's being interviewed just 2 metres away outside, and obviously you're writing for him as well now. So how did that sort of
writing with Jake, and producing stuff for Jake, you know. It's wonderful. Jake's manager team was kind of well connected to the people that published me, and it's an interesting thing because some people there are certain people who work in the music business who are very, very intuitive and can spot characters who work together, and I think that's a real gift that some people have. And I think between Keith and Sass, they were like, we should really try to team Jake and Iain up, you know, this could be an interesting match. And you know, from the moment Jake came into my studio, we started working together. We just immediately, it was catalytic, you know. We just immediately started hatching lots of musical plans, you know, and kind of coming up with lots of exciting pieces of music.
When was that then? How long ago?
Maybe about a year and a half ago.
Right. Was it Antigua as well? You were out in Antigua? Was that quite recently? Writing?
We were in Malibu with Rick Rubin, and then we were in Nashville and Memphis quite recently. So yeah, not Antigua.
Rick Rubin?
Mm-hmm. So
Genius or not?
Oh, Rick Rubin's amazing. Yeah. He's.
What does he bring to the party then?
He's got. I think he's just got great sensibilities. He's in the room all the time, like contrary. You know, a lot of people, you know, talk about that being a sporadic thing, but yeah, no, Rick's been there throughout the session, and he gives the band space, but he comes in at the key moments where they need direction. That's, you know, and that's the essence of a great producer, I think, is giving people this room to do what they do very, very well, and then where it feels like it might need a helping hand, providing that helping hand. That's and that takes a lot of skill and a lot of foresight. Obviously, he has that experience to be able to do that on an exceptional level. You know, So it's great. Yeah, it's amazing to be in the room and be able to watch that as well.
Well, going back to yourself now, I mean, I remember the first time I saw you was at Flood the Tanks album, the Scar, you know, that gig.
Yes.
You know, it's
Wow.
a great album. I loved it, and you know, since then, what's the progression been for yourself since that time there? Because it was critically acclaimed. It was a fantastic album, still is, and you know, how have things gone from there? To be honest.
Yeah, things have gone good. Things have gone really good. You know, I've continued to make my own records. Made two records since then, and gigged, toured, done my own stuff. But all along the way, these kind of collaborations come up, and that's you know, over the last while, that's kind of taken over. I don't quite have the same amount of time or headspace at the moment to be able to make my own record, but it'll come, you know. I think I just need to get back to that. But yes, it's something that's firmly in my sights.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what's I don't know what the future holds now. I don't know. In the next year, what are your plans and what are you going to be doing musically?
Back to Shangri-La with Jake, end of the summer. Producing and writing with an artist called Luke Sital Singh over the next while as well. He's a great new talent to sound Parlophone. And yeah, continue doing what I'm doing, you know, making records, writing songs, teaming up with artists. So I got Tired Pony, we just finished the Tired Pony record.
Yeah. So that, you know, being part of a super group, as it were, how does that feel?
Yeah, I don't feel too super. I'm the least super of the entire group, I have to say. And it's definitely a super group, though. You know, it's kind of an amazing thing to play alongside. To play alongside Peter Buck is just a great privilege and an honour, you know, and Scott and everybody else in the band, you know, like Richard, Jackknife, Gary, you know, everybody. But obviously I've been covering REM songs since I can remember, you know, and learning all of those guitar parts, bands that I was playing in and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, to team up with Peter and play alongside him is a really extraordinary thing. Terrifying thing, but wonderful. He's a great gentleman. He's another person. I feel very fortunate at the moment to be able to be in situations where I can work alongside these people who have that level of experience and genius, you know, because that's a great thing to have a, you know, like real up close view and window on how those people work, you know. I feel very privileged to be a part of these projects. So yeah, enjoying that. We're going to go out and do some live stuff come October. The record's out August time, so yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, you know, and then the rest of the year, I'm sure I'll just be packed out, jammed out in the studio, making more records.
Yeah, exactly. What's a good song that's in the process of being made now, sort of your own stuff, or any titles, anything you could give us an insight into?
I mean, I don't have anything personal. For me, I need to write some stuff. I really need to write some stuff. So it's all other people's material, you know, that's going on, you know.
I get the feeling, you know, meeting you and even having listened to the records, that you're not interested in being a massive superstar. You're quite happy to be there and help other people, like Jake and whoever, get there, but you're happy sort of where you are, sort of, well, Finsbury Park, we're neighbours, so walking around without everyone coming up to you sort of in the supermarket, in Tesco's.
Yeah, it's music that excites me, not notoriety, you know. Like, I think genuinely creating good work and creating lasting music I feel really fortunate to be in a situation where I get the opportunity to do that. I get up every day and I go to a recording studio and I make records.
Wow. Whereabouts? So yeah,
Blows my mind.
nearby then?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I have a studio in the bell tower of a church in North London. So it's
not the Crouch End one?
No. Yeah, but it's nearby. Yeah, I kind of climb some stone steps and go up there and kind of get away from the world for a while and make music. It's great. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. That's where we recorded a lot of Jake's last record. You know, it's cool. It's a cool room.
And but finally, thanks a lot for your time. I mean, if you had to sort of sum up Iain Archer yourself in 3 tracks, what would you say for somebody that hasn't maybe quite got into you yet? This is what sort of defines me. These are the 3 songs. Which ones would you choose?
That's a really good question. It's a song called Frozen Lake off my last record. The album's called To the Pine Roots, a song called Frozen Lake. And I think that helps sum up what I do in the sense that it's very open-hearted, and that's something that I strive for. It's very, bare, and it's, I try to me the exciting thing in music is being as unguarded as possible, and that's not an easy thing to do at all. Like, I think a lot of the time we're trying to hide stuff as opposed to expose it. So, but I think songs, that's a great thing about any kind of art. It allows you to, if you seize that opportunity, it allows you to kind of reveal some of that. So that's maybe that song is good in that sense as well, to me. There's a song called Summer Jets that I wrote that I really enjoy words and I really enjoy imagery, and I really enjoy singing that song because it conjures up an image that resonates with a lot of memories for me, and I think resonates probably with a lot of other people, and imagery that kind of evokes certain feelings, and that's what fascinates me, is trying to unlock those areas of language that pull maybe even the things that we don't want to feel out of us, That's kind of what's interesting. And that's kind of where that song goes. I'm trying to think of one more song. It's a little bit more lighthearted. I have a song on my last record as well called The Acrobat, and that's quite a playful song. It opens up To the Pine Roots, the last record. And again, that's funny, I picked 3 songs that are all Frozen Lake, Summer Jets, The Acrobat. They're all images, but that's probably what a real facet of my writing. And The Acrobat is this song. It's like an allegory of sort of sounds like it's sort of singing about this real character. It's very descriptive, but really when you get to the end of the song you kind of realise that it's a kind of metaphor for something else. And I enjoy being quite deceptive in my writing like that, and evasive, and kind of this is the real joys about songwriting, is that it's really nice to kind of lead the listener down a certain path that they think they're on, but actually kind of reveal they're on a completely different one. And so I'm kind of really interested in what the ability for lyric to be able to do that, to kind of take people to new places, and for songs to be surprising, like the chords and the notes. You've got 7 notes. We've got potentially maybe 7 chords, 12 chords if you're going to kind of veer off track.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty limited palette, but if you count how many words are possible, it's
very true. Actually,
it's in a whole different order. So there's an awful. When you're working musically, you're in this kind of compacted territory, but that's why words are really exciting, because when you're writing songs, there's so much possibility, you know. And to me, that's what will make a song original, timeless, you know, like unputdownable, you know, like infectious. I think that all, of course, chords and melody are extremely important, but yeah. So I'm very excited about words. I don't think I'll stop being, you know, that's kind of where I'm at.
Fantastic, and well, thanks a lot. I'm much looking forward to you playing at Bushmills Distillery, and we'll see you in Finsbury Park. Let's go at some point.
No, thanks
a lot. Real pleasure. Thanks.
Undoubtedly. Or in a fallback.